Hello fellow Earthlings, it's Libs, and today I'm going to be talking about 2022 new book releases. I've never done a video like this. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I'm really bad at keeping up with new book releases. I never know what's coming out when. I only know when the internet tells me. But I went onto my Booktopia wish list and realised I think I have about 7 books that are going to be released in the next sort of 4 or 5 months, and I thought I may as well talk to you about them. I don't remember what any of them are, but we can learn about them together because at some point in time I was excited about these books coming out in the near future. I had my booster shot this morning, so if I'm a little, you know why. I'm definitely feeling it a bit. Okay, so the first book I want to talk to you about is one that I was really excited for up until about 3 weeks ago. And that is No, not Eureka, it's Eletra. Wow. Okay. Let's see how this video goes. So it's Eletra by Jennifer Saint. And Jennifer Saint wrote Ariadne. And again, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I had huge excitement for Ariadne. I thought it was like the most beautiful book cover I'd ever seen. I was so excited to read it. It was in my 5-star reading predictions video, and I read it in my last video. Check that out if you haven't already. And I didn't really like it. I gave it 3 stars. So Eletra is kind of along the similar vein where it's a Greek myth retelling thing. I'm a bit more excited possibly for Eletra because it's Jennifer Saint's second book, so I think some of the issues I had with Ariadne might be perhaps ironed out a bit, although I am nervous because this book is coming out so soon after Ariadne, so maybe the writing will have improved, but maybe not, so we'll have to see. I also appreciate that the description, at least on Booktopia, says that it's told from 3 different points of view. So there's Elektra, Cassandra, and Elektra's mother. I can't pronounce that name, I am sorry, but it's retelling their stories. I think if some of the issues from Ariadne are kind of fixed, then I'll definitely be reading this book. It's one I'm definitely going to wait to see reviews of before I purchase, just because I'm a little nervous, but if Jennifer Saint pulls this off, then I'm going to be very excited. Next is, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, I think it's Kaiki, and it's by... What are you doing? My dog almost fell off the bed. She very much has the zoomies. I'm sorry if you could hear her. It's by Vaishnavi Patel. I don't really know anything about this book. I just saw one of the booktubers I follow, and I can't remember who it is off the top of my head, recently read this book. I think she got a pre-release and she was raving about it, so now I want to read it. I do know that it is a myth retelling from an Indian epic, the Ramayana, which I don't know. So I've heard this is a really great feminist retelling of it. Again, it's described as being a bit like Circe. I'm hoping that this is going to be like Circe in a positive way and not like Ariadne was like Circe. So I'm excited. I don't know anything about Indian mythology, so I'm really excited to get around to reading this, particularly because I have already heard good things about this book. That just makes me very keen for it, and I'm excited. I can't think of words. I'm sorry. Speaking of Circe, Madeline Miller has a new short story coming out in May, I believe, and this is think it's Galatea. Apparently she wrote this short story between writing the Song of Achilles and Circe, but didn't really have enough to turn it into a full novel. But since the whole internet is obsessed with her, her short story is being published. I will be picking this up as soon as it comes out. I have no doubt I will absolutely love it. I believe Galatea is, yes, was the sculpture who comes to life, and that whole I think that's a terrible description of the myth. Was it the sculptor makes the perfect woman, falls in love with her, and then I think it's
2 hours later,
Aphrodite turns her to life. So it's her short story. So I'm really excited for it. I have no doubt it will be absolutely amazing. Ocean Vong is coming out with a new book this year. I believe it's coming out in April, and This Is a Mother. I believe this is going to be his second poetry collection. And I haven't actually read any Ocean Vong yet, but everyone raves about him so much, so I have no doubt I'll be super into him. And I'm trying to get more into poetry again. I kind of have times when I'm really into it and times when I'm not. So I'm hoping this will be the poetry I'm looking for. His first collection was Night Sky with Exit Wounds, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be reading that at some point soon, I think. So yeah, I'm really keen for his second collection. And then we all know that last year I devoured Ali Smith's Seasonal Quartet, and now she is coming out with a companion piece to the Seasonal Quartet, which will be coming out in April. I don't know anything about it except that it'll probably be talking about late 2020 and most of 2021, and that'll probably be very scary, but I'm ready for it. I think the Ali Smith I've read that isn't in the Seasonal Quartet I haven't been quite as obsessed with, but again, I adored the Seasonal Quartet. I have no doubt I'll be really into this too. Then a book that I added to this list so long ago, I really don't remember it at all, is Mona by Paula Olorzurak and translated by Adam Morris. I don't actually know. I'm going to guess that this book was written in Spanish. But I'm not sure. It doesn't say where the author actually comes from in the description. So this is about a young woman from Latin America who is invited to take part in a literary conference in Sweden. And the character is a Peruvian writer, so maybe the author is from Peru, I'm not sure, I'm sorry. So she's at this conference and everyone's kind of a bit obsessed with her, I think, because she's considered like unique, and she's like the token diversity person at this conference. And I don't really know much else about it. I think it's kind of a bit more thrillery. And I'm really, really keen to read this. This is coming out in March. So I think I'm just going to be getting it as soon as it comes out, because it's short too. It's 192 pages. So I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to be picking it up as soon as it comes out. The final book I have to talk to you about today is Idol by Louise O'Neill. This is a story of this really famous writer, influencer person everyone's kind of obsessed with, and she's written an essay about her sexual awakening as a teenager with her female best friend. But I think the friend has come forward and said that the experience in the essay is not what she remembers. And I don't really know anything else other than that, but I think this is going to be a very interesting book and I can't wait for it. But that is it for this video. I'll link all these books down below. If you ever want to support me, you can purchase these books through, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, you can purchase them through Booktopia, and if you're international, they have all ebooks for most of these, and they're all down below. Let me know what books you were excited to read that will be coming out this year, and I will see you next time. Bye.